Hello, how'd you do? How'd you do?
Nice
I'm Pete.
You're Pete the Pond, I know. I'm Tom the hack, the presenter. I don't know, I haven't got my own hat though.
Excellent. This is my little friend. This is Lottie the parrot.
Just pull the parrot out from where your heart should be. So she's now gonna do you drive around and see a bit of land and think, oh, I could put a pond in there?
Definitely.
I could just sneak in at
Definitely.
night. They're a little bit creepy whenever you see them in a TV, murder mystery. I think you're beginning to convert me.
This is my other waterproof leg, which I wear in the ponds.
You really are a frogman.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I do. So she's now gonna stay there.
This is Lottie. Yes, Lottie's quite happy. She'll stay on my shoulder all day. She's only on the harness for her own protection, in the fact that when I want to go home at night, I don't want her flying away. So she stays on there, but she's quite happy to sit on my shoulder and stay there so well. Really so it's very good.
Really
so
quite distracting. I don't think I've ever interviewed anyone with a parrot on their shoulder. It's like the elephant in the room, but it's the parrot on the left, or your left.
Well, I'm also Pete the Pirate, you see. So having one leg, I'm also Pete the Pirate. You see. So it's handy having the parrot, you see, for Pete the Pirate. So it's Pete the Pond and Pete the Pirate, and I usually swim most of the ponds I renovate as well. So it's a good thing to do is get a pond back to where you can swim in it. The most wonderful thing to swim in. What a most amazing thing. These are natural swimming ponds, really.
I do like a bit of natural swimming, actually. I do quite often swim in rivers and things.
See, that's right. You see, you swim in rivers and that. We build natural swimming ponds for people with wildlife in it, so that they can swim in it. And there's the best thing you can do.
It's a lovely idea, actually. It's got that rather swimming in ponds. It's got that rather kind of Edwardian feel, doesn't it? When you go back to those films and people are always diving in, aristocracy diving into their own lake or pond, isn't it?
That's right. That's right. And this could be, I'm not saying to swim in so much. It's not a very deep pond, but this could be plunged in. And when you think you can swim with newts and frogs and dragonflies and things, it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
A great vision, isn't it?
It's a lovely thing. And enjoy water. Water is our most important resource we have.
I'll tell you what the weirdest thing about talking to you is in the fact not that you got a parrot on your shoulder, but after about 20 seconds I forgot. Oh
yeah, she's on the shoulder. She is
a man with a bird on his
shoulder. That's right. Yeah.
Am I allowed to borrow your girlfriend from
you? Can certainly have my parrot.
Slightly mesmerised by Lottie.
She's good, but look at the colours on that.
Yeah, it's the merging red to orange around the eye.
Fantastic, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. And to think she obviously originally she would come from South America.
Okay.
But she's got a tag on here. She was born here and raised here. I don't like to think things are coming out of the wild, so that's something I wouldn't do.
You didn't think about having a more pond native bird?
I'd love to have a seagull. I'd love to have a seagull. A seagull on the shoulder. Seagulls are another one we're losing. We're losing everything, but seagulls and other things. Kingfisher would be great.
That'd be nice. Blue on one side, orange on the other.
We do encourage kingfishers, and when we renovate a pond, we put in what's called a kingfisher post. And a kingfisher post is a piece of hazel, or any piece of stick, with a nice bit of shape to it, growing low over the water. And having it low over the water encourages kingfishers and dragonflies to set as a perch point.
Right.
And then what they tend to do is sit on it and then dive into the water. Right. Now, out of the amount of ponds I do, which is a lot, I've got a lady in Oxford where recently I built a pond last January, and she phoned me up in about July and said, Pete, I've got to tell you, your kingfisher post has got a kingfisher on it. So what a better thing than that, to know it works.
How many ponds do you reckon you've dug?
Well, I did 16 last year, and I usually do roughly between 16 and 25 a year of new ponds, and then renovation of many, many more. And then I teach about ponds as well.
You drive around and see a bit of land and think, oh, I could put a pond in there.
Definitely.
I could just sneak in at
Definitely.
night and do a bit of
Definitely. So we'll get the kettle on and have a cuppa, and then we can go for that. Brilliant. Come round to here. Look, guys, kettle's going on.
We're in the kitchen now.
We have to look after the workers. Yes, so we always bring our own tea box. It saves putting on clients and people when we're doing things.
I do love the noise that your leg makes as you go along.
The leg was repaired with a steel digger bolt. See, because it's
you've got a Frankenstein's bolt for your knee.
Yeah, no, it's to hold it. It's to hold it. It's to hold it together, so I don't. This is actually worn out. This leg, so it's what I use in the pond. It's fiberglass.
Oh, you have a pond leg.
Yeah, so it's a pond leg. I have different legs. Yeah, they're all national health legs, and I have one for going out in the evening, which is a bit
dress leg,
which is a better dress leg. How'd you like your tea? Strong, milky?
Just fairly strong, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, yeah, just leave the bag in there for a bit. Good.
Yeah, sure. Got to have a cuppa. I have to have a cuppa at dinner times. Keeps you going all day.
So in our business as well, when you start, if you can't make tea, you can't make telly.
No, that's right. You've got to have a cup of tea, haven't you? You've got to have a cup of tea.
Burns your hand, it goes cold really quickly.
Yeah. Oh,
it feels authentic.
We learned to have enamel cups because we found a china cups with drop and break. So the idea of this pond is once we've put the hazel in and then put the charm in and moved all the silt from the pond. At the moment, the probably water depth was about 6 inches of water. We're going to be putting back about 2 foot depth of water once the silt's out. So there'll be at least 2 foot, if not more. As there is a deeper area out there, so when we get the rest of that taken out, the silt will be gone. The water will sink. The rest of the silt in there, the debris in the pond itself will sink, and it will become crystal clear.
Really?
Crystal clear.
When?
Wildlife ponds always become crystal clear, and because basically when you have fish turb up the base. They're always eating, so they turb around and they swim around, and they're always turning up the debris and the detritus from the bottom. When you have a wildlife pond, that detritus tends to sink to the bottom, and then all the small creatures like dragonflies, hog louse, water shrimps, smaller things like water fleas and other things, they all do their jobs. Now what hog louse do is they tend to eat all of the silt up, the leaves, and turn
hog louse.
Hog louse, a water woodlouse. Okay. It's just the same as a woodlouse on the ground, but it lives in the water and it has little legs like that, and it is a most wonderful creature. They turn the leaves into plant food. You plant the pond up, and then plants then take those leaves in and destroy the leaves and become part of the plant, and then you manage the plant.
So it eats the leaves, the dead leaves.
Eats the leaves.
Well, that great word, it's a detritivore.
It is a detritivore. It is. It definitely is. Yes, definitely. It eats that. And then with water shrimps as well, you're adding, you're increasing that biodiversity.
What does she eat, Pete?
Well, she likes nuts mainly and seeds, but she likes, a bit of bread and a bit of whatever she likes. She actually likes bacon. She likes meat. She likes chicken. Loves cashew nuts and all types of seeds. She loves a cup of tea. She basically, she'll have takeaway if you offer it. But she likes Chinese. She likes the old noodles off the Chinese. But she doesn't eat a lot of it because most of it ends up on your arm. She eats a lot more than you actually think she eats, but she does seem to waste a lot more. But it makes you wonder, when you see birds on bird tables, they knock a lot off onto the ground, don't they? So you think they're not eating a lot, but they're probably eating their fill, and the rest goes on the ground. She's not sociable to other parrots, but she sleeps with my cat. And you think a cat would kill her.
It's like Sylvester and Tweety Pie.
Oh, it is. Not. It is like that. Absolutely amazing. And she just sat there, she cleans all her ears and goes under her chin. It does mine as well, don't you? Do my beard, don't you? Go for it, make sure there's nothing in there. Shouldn't be there.
Any sandwich.
Yeah, any sandwich left. In the beard, you have it, won't you? Yes, definitely. So
it's back to work.
So we're back to work. We've got a bit of a job to do here now. Okay. We're going to be passing these guys some hazel.
All right.
And they're going to finish doing these bays in. And so I'll pass them to you.
Yeah, you tell me what you want me to do. And
you can pass them on to them. They will tell you when they want them.
Yep.
You want some? Yep. All right. And these have been freshly cut from a sustainable source.
Just down there. All right.
That's it. That's lovely. And these are actually really nice new hazel. And the actual place it was cut from was a woodsman over there, and he does these. He's got 1.5 miles of hazel wood that he cuts them from, and it's been sustainable for the last 200 years. Nice. So it's a really lovely wood.
This one?
Yes. pack yet, so that's quite good.
We'll do another. I want the bigger one back.
Yeah, you want the thing thicker, you see. One thing about hazel is you can't always get them straight. You get what you're given.
Bench stop any good.
Yeah, it is. There's lots of different patterns that we've used over the years. This is a sort of like just a general easy pattern. There's ones where you can do a double weave or a single weave, or you can use willow. If it's trying to willow sometimes will grow. So unless it's actually weaving into riverbanks, because that makes riverbanks really strong, and that makes it very, very good. Sometimes the tightness is weave on it. It's life is fascinating. And what better, look at this lovely day. What a better day than today. It's a beautiful day. The hard bit comes when we start putting the silt in. That's when it becomes a mucky job. And again. Can't help you guys unless I get wet. Oh, that looks like a, what's the name? Like a marker post. Like
it's a concrete part, bottom of the post.
Yeah.
Almost fell over that about 4 times. I thought I'd get rid of it.
Well, I'm glad you got it out. What gets thrown in the pond, you see, you never know. You never know. Bank edge.
Pump that's over there, what's that doing?
That's what we've got, pumping, keeping water down.
Keeping the level low?
Yeah, because because this is spring fed. We've lowered the water by about a foot now. We don't want to pump it completely out, but we want to keep the level down. So if I turn it off, it will refill very quickly. Here we go, Tom.
Thank you.
Nice thread.
I'm going to go back into the other one then. Okay. The quickside drawing.
We can get Tommy to cut some terrain in a minute, maybe, and get some terrain cut around the back of the next one. There's the next one. We've got to get that. I've got the scissors here somewhere to. That's that one.
No, you'll be alright there, don't worry.
So we'll use all the offcuts of hazel to build our hibernaculum with, because we'll chop it up into little sticks, and then we'll use that to build a hibernaculum when we backfill with silt.
See, your hands on more wet slimy things.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We'll have you back, Tom. Work a bit you know, a bit more. We've got waders in the car if you want them, but that's the last one, guys. That's the last one.
Make the most of it.
So we'll have to keep that one. We'll get some more for that. We'll get another few packs of hazel in.